Karl Albrektsson versus David Trallero is a light heavyweight bout. Karl Albrektsson has cheated a record of 9 wins, 3 losses. David Trallero has cheated a record of 9 wins, 5 losses. Alright, so before we get on with the video, Karl Albrektsson is currently 27 years old. He just turned 27 6 days ago. David Trallero just turned 36 years old today, and he is actually moving down from a heavyweight to fight Karl Albrektsson down at light heavyweight. The height difference is not very much. Karl Albrektsson 6'2", David Trallero 6'1". Now the predictions on Tapology, they are absolutely lopsided. 92% of the votes are going for Albrektsson. 8% of the votes are going for Trallero. All of these votes are mainly by KO. Speaking of which, Karl Albrektsson is actually ranked 56th worldwide at light heavyweight. Alright, so Karl Albrektsson had a pretty good start to his career as he ended up winning his first fight by second round KO, followed by a second round rear naked choke submission, a first round KO, a second round rear naked choke submission, a very close split decision win over Vadim Nemkov, who you guys know is currently a Bellator champion. But after that win, he ended up fighting Valentin Moldavsky, who is also a very good fighter inside of Bellator, but he ended up losing to him by unanimous decision. After that loss, he came back with a first-round submission over Theodorus Axtulis, but in his next fight against an absolute beast inside of the UFC, Jiri Prochazka ended up losing by first-round standing KO. After that loss, he came back with a second-round KO, a first-round TKO, and a unanimous decision, which got him into Bellator, where he ended up fighting Phil Davis, who he ended up losing to by KO in the third round. Alright, now let's look at his opponent, David Trallero. Alright, so David Trallero started off his career pretty rough, as in his first ever pro MMA bout, he ended up losing by unanimous decision. After that loss, he came back with 3 decision wins in a row, but in his next fight, ended up losing by first round KO, came back with a second round KO, and then lost his next 2 fights to Kurban Ibragimov and Azar Gazimabayev by first round KO and second round KO. After those 2 losses, he came back with a first round KO, but in his next fight after that, against Vitaly Nemchinov, ended up losing by third round KO. After that loss, he came back with a unanimous decision win, and then he had a boxing bout against Lexurov Zarhuerta, where he ended up getting a draw. And after that draw inside of boxing, he came back into MMA, where he got a second round KO and a TKO. But in his next fight, which was a kickboxing bout against Kenjo Shimniu, he ended up losing by second round TKO. After that loss, he had one more MMA fight against Sergio Hidalgo, who was in their debut, and he ended up winning the fight by first round KO. Alright, so before I even looked at this fight, I really was thinking Karl Albrektsson's gonna win this fight. Look at that ranking, 56th best light heavyweight in the world. That's absolutely insane. He's fought in some amazing fighters. His 3 losses are against absolute beasts. And, I mean, he's beaten a Bellator champion. David Trallero has literally only been fighting people in their debut or people with losing records. Yeah, he's fought some okay fighters with pretty okay records. But, I mean, not to the level of Karl Albrektsson. I mean, Karl Albrektsson's power is just going to be way too much for Trallero to handle. And I think Karl Albrektsson is going to have to win by KO in the first round. Alright, if you agree, disagree, or have something to say, make sure to put in the description below, and I respect to every single one of those comments. Make sure to like, subscribe with notifications turned on so you don't miss the absolute best MMA content out there. It's been fun, but I'm out of here.